Your home or business, we know you have options, and that's why John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning gives you just that. Options. We have plumbing, heating, and cooling memberships to serve all of your residential and commercial needs. We want to ensure you, your family, and your business are safe. Visit our website, jhlincoln.com, to find out more or call us at
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to novotnynutritionandwellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Hey, Mom, Dads, bring the whole crew to a Salt Dogs baseball game and unleash the fun. Visit Haymarket Park all summer for fireworks, souvenir Saturdays, Sunday family fun, and more. With 50 home games, even weekdays can be unforgettable. Planning an event with group discounts. When you need an outing the whole family will enjoy, unleash the fun with the Salt Dogs. Call 402-42255 or visit saltdogs.com for tickets.
Hey, CNC machinists, do you feel like you're in a dead-end job with your boss hovering over your shoulder? That's so annoying. Not at Garner Industries. We provide the opportunity and our CNC machinists to bring the talent. I'm Bob Williams, HR Director at Garner Industries, and we're looking for new team members in our CNC department. At Garner Industries, you'll work in a clean, climate-controlled, and safe environment with team members who want to see you succeed. You'll also enjoy 4-day work weeks, great benefits, and a positive working culture. Interested? Apply on our career page at garnerindustries.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Now through July 19th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 convenient locations worldwide and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. Whether you're a newbie or a gym pro, you belong in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel in time. Deal ends Wednesday, July 19th. See Home Club.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine throughout the day. We'll see an afternoon high of around 92. Tonight, showers and storms are likely to take place. We'll see a low of around 68. And tomorrow, we'll see a chance early in the day, then mostly sunny skies will take over the rest of the day. We'll see a high of around 90. Meteorologist Kyle for 93.7 ticketfm.com.
Gather round. This is the Ticket Water Cooler.
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Coming at you live in the heart of Lincoln, America.
I say, hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
On air and online at theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Jake Bakoven and Enrique Alvarez Clearing.
Welcome into the Ticket Water Cooler here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. I am Enrique Alvarez Clary, also known as Rico, and Bach is out of the United States for a while, as he is in the Philippines, I believe is where he is, with his lovely wife and child, visiting her family. So he's on a beach somewhere, probably. Actually, what time? I don't know what time it is in the Philippines. Find out what time it is in the Philippines. I'm joined by Nick Sainert, my happy hour co-host, joining me for the next 2 hours.
He is not awake right now. It is currently 1:10 a.m. on Wednesday.
He's in the future.
He is currently 1:10 a.m. on Wednesday morning.
Should we ask Bach what the fallout from Northwestern looks like a day after? 2 days after?
Yeah. Hey, what do you know now that we don't?
Yeah. He knew that Pat was going to get fired and he didn't tell us.
He didn't even tell us.
God dang it, Bach.
Sources.
No. Welcome into the Ticket Water Cooler 93.7 The Ticket. You can call or text us on the Holland Lincoln Hotline, Starter Haven text line 402-464-5685, or find us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter. Any of those venues. Like, subscribe, do all of that stuff. Share the post so that more people can get to it. And please share the post to Nick's latest tweet. Well, not latest tweet, but one of his tweets from yesterday, as he is now under fire from some Little League moms.
I am not the one that's under fire. There's arguments going on in the reply section. That's what's happening.
Nick started a fight.
Every
Your phone keeps lighting up.
every time that my my phone lights up, I need to just get off Twitter here. Because it started out fine. It started out as just like, this usual thing.
Tell people what the tweet is.
So the tweet is
the original one.
So and I didn't want to take away the accomplishment, okay? But
You kind of did.
I did not want to. So the Millard Elite 8 and under team, 8 and under,
Mhm.
they tweeted out last night at 5:13 p.m. that said state champs 58-1-1, and it said great season, boys. And so I retweeted it, and I said the 58-1-1 record is an incredible accomplishment.
Okay, good start.
But 60 games in a season for an 8 and under team is wild.
That's a lot of games for 8 and under.
For 7 and 8 years old. And so
probably a 6-year-old in there, like
just some really good kid,
Yeah.
really good player. And so it started generating a little bit of traction. Had a couple people comment on it, nothing too crazy. But it's definitely picked up some steam here in the last, hour or so, where some parents of the players have decided to join in on the conversation, which they are more than welcome to. But you have this, I have not replied to a single reply. I am staying far and away out of it.
You know who should reply? You know who should have retweeted this? Yeah, Sports Now.
Yeah, Sports Now should have retweeted it. There's still time. There's still time right now. Anyway, that unfortunately there's some people on the, each side of the coin. And for context, Nebraska baseball played 57 games this season. LSU, who went as far as they could in the entire season, played 71. And so I just think that it's kind of interesting to think about that an 8 and under team is playing 60 games from late March to, July 10th.
I mean, that's a long time to get the games in, but that's still a lot of games.
April, May, June, July. 3.5, 4 months almost. You have rainouts.
Yeah.
So think of it this way: 30 days in a month, right? 120 days is 4 months. They played 60 games.
Half of those.
Every other day.
Playing.
Every other day, they're playing a game.
Okay, actually, that is a lot.
When they're 7 or 8 years old.
Yeah, that's a lot more than I thought.
So, and there's some other, there's obviously, and so what really sets it off, unfortunately, is that somebody went the extra mile and looked up their schedule online,
because of course,
and circled it.
You had people doing research on an 8 and under
team. Somebody posted the picture of their schedule and goes, "Look, they played 5 triple headers this year."
How many innings does 8 and under play?
6.
6?
6. Because it's select baseball, so it's 6.
Okay. 18 innings in
granted,
one day.
Now, granted, each their own. It is what it is. But yeah, so if you hear us start to laugh, or that my phone keeps lighting up, Rico, from across the table,
I'll just
you know exactly why.
I kind of want to go to your tweet and just see how many interactions it has.
22,000.
That's
22,000 interactions.
That's a decent amount of interactions.
Let's
see. All right.
The video that the specific team posted now just has 29 total thousand.
Okay, so 22,000 interactions, 14 replies, 103 likes.
Yeah.
The original tweet has don't want to do that.
Mississippi Mud Dog
29,000 views.
Mississippi Mud Dog says, "Nick, as much as I dislike you, thank you." Hey, it used to be hate, Mississippi Mud Dog. Thank you.
It's slowly getting better.
It's slowly improving. It's a bummer that the Cornhusker League championship game got rained out last night between Pius and Hastings, Union Bank and Hastings. They say, "Nick, as much as I dislike you, I couldn't agree more. 60 games is too much for that age of kids." Another unnamed texter says, "At some point, it's more about parents and coaches than kids." Oh, but if you look at the comments, if their kids didn't want to play, they would tell them. That was what one of the comments said. One of the parents replied, if my son didn't want to play, he would tell me.
Somebody said we played 60 games on travel team back in the 90s, but not until our 12 under year. This is wild.
It's just crazy. Hey, Missy My Dog says, I hate you again.
That's
back. Too bad.
It's back.
Then they say, I'd like to smack your face, fool. Thank you.
A hate relationship.
Yeah. Anyway, Aaron says, where's Bach? Did he take the year off? No. This is just a weird span where he's gone for like a month total, but there's like a weird week and a half where he is here.
Yeah. Well, he was working the College World Series at first, so that was about 2 weeks and a couple of days sprinkled in there because they went a little long. And then he was here for a week or two, and then he had this planned travel couple weeks.
Yep.
With his wife and his kid. They're going, again, like I said, they're going to the Philippines.
It's his first time ever.
Now. Yeah. So he had to get a passport, and he's out in the Philippines right now enjoying it. It was funny because he said, I don't want to disrespect her family, but he's like, she was telling me how a lot of their dishes include fish.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I don't like fish.
Well, so it's interesting.
And I was like, that's my issue is like, I want to go on like all these vacations to all these islands, but you see like the meals in some of these hotels and resorts.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fish. I'm not a seafood guy. I'm like, I know that they have other things, but the seafood dishes, like that's their thing, and they look delicious. I'm just not a seafood guy.
So, what's crazy about Bach, if you guys don't know already, like we work with Bach every single day.
Mm-hmm.
But Bach won't post a picture from the Philippines to where we can see it.
I want to text him, but I don't know if he has service.
Yeah. And international stuff, if you don't have service,
it's
so expensive.
Because I just want to ask him, like, I was like, hey, how's it look? How is the Philippines? Because you can look up pictures of it, but it's not the same as, I'm sure he's going around all these, I don't know. Sounds like fun.
Jeez. So we're getting more info on this Miller team.
Oh, of course we are.
People are doing research.
Miller delete.
Shout out to 0070. It looks like it's Tom B from Howells. He says so a lot. Rico, this is something that you'll probably learn. In youth baseball, a lot of the times, especially young guys, young ages, they'll bat their entire roster. They'll have their entire roster go up to bat.
Oh yeah, everybody gets a chance.
Right, everybody gets a chance. And at this age, like there's probably like 11 to 12 kids per team. So it's like you're adding 3 more batters at the most. And so we get this text that says they only batted 9 guys in their tournament when every other team batted their entire lineup.
Best 9 play.
If you're not the top 9, you're out.
Look, be better. This is Miller elite. All right.
Hey, I that's the thing is I didn't want to. That's where I contemplated when I sent it because I thought, oh boy, I could see this happening, but I was hoping that the buffer of the 58-1-1 record is incredible. I mean, it truly is.
Both of these things can be true, and both things are
absolutely
true. 58-1-1 is super impressive,
100%.
But 60 games for 8 and under is too much.
Yeah. Once again, Nebraska, just for added context, Nebraska played 57 games. They started in the first weekend or second weekend. I can't remember how the calendar fell. First or second weekend in February and ended June, middle to late June. While a lot of select teams, they wait usually till March unless they play like in an indoor tournament. But, March, then you have rainouts and makeups and tournaments every weekend and things like that. So, but yeah, no, incredible accomplishment. 58-1-1 is incredible. But this just goes to show where we're at though, right? Think about the money invested. And this is
travel?
Yes.
They travel?
This is not like judgment. Like, I'm not trying to say like shame on you for spending all that. Like, I'm not trying to say that. I'm just trying to have an open-ended conversation where it's think of the tournament fees, the travel fees, the hotels, the equipment, every single thing about it. It's more expensive than when I was playing. And I can't even imagine it. I wasn't even on this serious of a team. But hey,
I mean, the kids seem I'm watching the video of like them winning, and the kids seem to, obviously they won state championship, so they're extremely excited, but they seem to be having a great time. If none of
Well-
the kids are complaining, if the parents are, and we can only take the parents' word for it, if the parents say that the kids, really enjoyed themselves and didn't have any complaints about playing 60 games, then, congratulations to the kids and congratulations to the parents. Like, it's a very impressive feat. But to me, if you're, 6, 7, 8 years old and you're playing 60 games in 3, if you're playing, and this isn't how the schedule worked, but if you're playing a game every other day, that is seriously taxing on such a small body.
So here's what I'll tell you. If you watch the video, because there's a video of them celebrating at the end there, and I don't know the score. I don't know if this was to the run rule to where they could run ruled games over. I don't know all the details because that's not on the video. But if you watch the video, once again, an 8 and under, the pitcher picks over to third. The third baseman throws it back, and the pitcher misses the ball. It's like a low throw, so he misses it. It dribbles back past the pitcher, and the coach sends the runner at third home because the ball was in between the pitcher and the second baseman, and the pitcher was running to go get the ball. That's how they won the game.
See, I just saw.
So if you watch the video, just once again a little more added context here. If you watch the video, the pitcher picks over to third. The third baseman throws the ball back to the pitcher. Technically, sometimes umpires will call time. It's at the umpire discretion a lot of the time. Ball goes past the pitcher. The coach goes up to the runner at third base and sends him home. And at that time, all the 8-year-olds panic.
Yeah.
And they just can't do anything.
You're like, oh, no. This is
They just freeze. They don't know where to throw the ball.
They're very young.
Yes, they're 7. They're 7 and 8 years old. I don't know. There's a reason I don't want to coach 8-year-olds.
If you're 7 and 8 years old and all of a sudden something's happening that
and
you're
everybody's freaking out. Where'd I throw the ball? And then you have see, here's the thing. All the parents are just like, throw it.
Throw it where?
Where? So, yeah. So once again, it's pretty active right now on thoughts.
Nebraska ball fan.
Yeah. And he said, hey, Nebraska ball fan says, hey, guys, has Nebraska offered a scholarship to any of these kids yet? They should. There's plenty of tape on them.
58 1-1.
Plenty of tape.
They play plenty of
They
games.
play 60 games.
I'm sure you can find something.
They're pumping 52 miles per hour right now. That's the biggest thing for me. All right. So in all seriousness, that's the biggest thing for me. And I don't know, once again, the coaches, I don't know the parents, and I'm not, this is not like a direct representation of how every team is. I want to make that very clear. I just want them to have the awareness and understanding of arm health. Coaches continue to learn how to take care of your players' arms, whether that's J-band exercises prior to throwing, whether that's medicine, like weighted ball toss, whether that's the proper rest in between games. Because I'll say this, when you're 8 years old, you don't know the difference between, oh, my arm's sore, or, oh no, I'm hurt. You just don't know the difference, because also at that age, you're able to throw as much as you want, and the next day you could feel fine. But long-term, man, there's no reason why Tommy John surgery for 12-year-olds should be a constant thing.
It shouldn't be a thing at all.
There's no reason. There's no reason. And so I just hope and I pray that coaches, parents, and even players just take the necessary steps to learn, to understand, and to ask questions about arm care health, about just overall how to prevent Tommy John surgery in 12, 13, 14-year-old players. Because that's ridiculous. There's just, you don't need to be throwing sliders at age 8. Like, you just please understand and learn proper arm care health.
Do you think
that's the most important thing in my eyes?
We could get DP in here. Do you think for a quick segment?
Potentially. We do need to take a break, though.
I know. Let me see if I can yell him real quick, just for like a quick.
That's okay. Well, so Rico just dipped out. This is just me here. But no, anyway, like I said, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. But no, I just kind of wanted to just bring it up, and now we'll bring in DP, who's freshly back from Vegas as well. Rico will go ahead and bring him on the stream here. He'll pull down the microphone. DP, welcome back to Lincoln.
Thank you.
Okay, so I just want to talk about this for a second. how important is it? Because I want you to just kind of go with it.
Okay.
Arm care health in youth baseball.
It's everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything. That's why they have pitch count. That's why they have monitors. That's why
Yeah.
the parents are aware, the umpires are aware, the officials are aware. Unformed, unprepared, pressure, weight, stress on unformed bodies.
Mm-hmm.
It's the silliest thing ever to have the numbers and the monitoring to happen, but it's necessary.
Yeah. Well, and the excuse or reasoning not to be informed.
Yeah.
There's none of that. You can't say, oh, well, I didn't know.
Well,
because all the stuff is out there.
Ignorance is no excuse about anything.
Exactly. Ignorance. That's the word I was looking for.
Ignorance of a thing is not an excuse for it. So, one, you have to go back to that thing that I like to talk about. You have to tell me what the priority is. What's priority one?
Amen.
And if the priority is for the young people to grow, to play together, like it's a childhood, adolescent thing that you want them to have experience with their friends and of themselves. Like the whole point is to play the game. Mm-hmm. There will come a time in the weeding process on the way up that it evolves into the purpose, mission, all that other stuff. But before age 15, it really better be about enjoying playing baseball.
Yeah.
And for a coach, my thing was like, I never got to pick my players. I never got to just go, wow. Not until you get to high school where you have cuts and that sort of thing. But before that, it really is community of folks playing, kids and families that know each other that will play together. Travel ball is business. It's not recreation. It's business. Yeah. It's a business. There are people who are getting paid and making money on your kids. And while that has some value, it should not be the priority and focus. It can't be. Like, I got to college, I didn't play travel ball. Them coaches found me. You know why they found me? Because when I went to high school, I was better than everybody.
It's possible to not spend thousands of dollars when you're young or when your child's young and still play at a high level.
You're not getting a scholarship in third grade.
No.
Right?
And no college coach is going to ask, hey, can I see his fourth grade stats, please?
No, nobody
What
cares.
did he look like?
Exactly.
Eight and under ball?
Nobody cares.
Exactly.
Nobody cares. It's all fake hustle.
He threw 2 perfect games when he was 9 years old.
Yeah, but the guys that I knew that were really good in Little League never made it to college. Mm-hmm. They never made it pro. It's an absolute truth. Mm-hmm. The best team I'd ever played with was a guy, Chippy Garland.
Great name.
Chippy Garland. Yeah.
That's a great name.
Yeah, at VCU, Chippy Garland, him and David Fitzgerald and Ronnie McCabe were three guys that played together all their time in Richmond growing up before they got to VCU. And Chippy was just a guy. He was just a freak. He was just a freak athlete. He worked harder at taking it easy in the game, better than anybody I knew. He continually played the game. Mm-hmm. Like, he didn't work at the game. He played the game. Mm-hmm. And he never played travel ball. All his buddies went to, Babe Ruth, Little League, All-Stars and all that stuff. And he went, no, that wasn't fun because I wasn't playing with my friends and I wasn't. So he got better because he liked doing it. He enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be about some neighborhood dad beating another neighborhood dad and having the bragging rights. That's not on the priority pyramid. That's not what works. Mm-hmm. That's not why you're there. Shout out, to the Dominators and, to Jason, who makes a point that the kids have to have some enjoyment and they get something outside of the game for it. Right? And the moment somebody tells me that a kid throwing 20 extra pitches is the most important thing, your whistle, your clipboard should be taken away immediately. There are too many times where the adults in the room aren't adults. There are too many people that we put in positions of power and authority to lead our young people who are just not good enough people to do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's what I told Rico just before you came in, is that long term, when you're talking like baseball or even any other sport, 7, 8, 9-year-olds don't necessarily know, oh, I need to not throw right now. That's on the adults.
Well, but it's also some adult telling them that you need to be tougher. You need to be tougher.
Yeah.
Like, rub some dirt on it. That was the thing that was told all the old heads out there. Rub some dirt on it.
Oh, your arm hurts? You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Stop being
throw a little bit, loosen it up.
Stop being a baby.
Yeah, like all
That's
of
what
that. And that's the moment. Listen, I'm not physically tough, emotionally tough. I was all of those things. That's why I've got so many, metal pieces in me now, is that I ran through walls that I didn't have to run through. But it was done because I loved it. I played the game because I loved it. I mean, going and playing, pro softball, you're playing 60 games in a week, because you love it. You have to love it. But that's me as a grown-up, and I'm fully formed, and I can train my body and monitor my body, and I'll tell the truth about it. Little League is recreation. It's recreation. There's no more, no less. It was put together for communities to get together, be connected on a thing, attend the game to collectively together, cheer for each other, root for each other, and then go home and feel good about yourselves. Then the business stuff has taken over, and it's just too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. As a high school, like, I get asked to run camps all over the country, right? So I literally just got the email. They're trying to get me back to Houston to run Altuve's camp. And then, they want me to come back to DC.
You mean Bryce's camp?
Right. Well, no, that's another thing, right?
Bryce's camp soon.
But a lot of those camps where there are 300 or 400 kids whose parents are paying. Mm-hmm. We know that a third of the people, the parents, are paying because their kid wants to be around the athlete. Mm-hmm. Another third are the kids who want to go because they just love the sport, whatever that is, and they're going to go play. And then there are people who are going for an opportunity because they think there'll be somebody there that will see them and will go, oh, I need that kid. Mm-hmm. Identifying that helps me identify how I'm going to coach and how I'm going to run those camps. But the initial conversation I have at every camp is with the parents. Mm-hmm. I get the parents in the gym, and we have the conversation. Okay, first of all, permission to tell you the truth. All right, so we'll set the standard. How many of you are going to raise your hand and tell me that your kids are here because they love Jose Altuve, James Harden,
Dwight Howard,
whoever it is, right? And they raise their hand. Okay, good. How many of them just love basketball, like the chance to play basketball, and they want to be here? They raise their hand. Then it's like, how many of those? Because some of them are there because they want it's daycare, it's basketball daycare.
Yep. Like, I get to drop my kid off for about an hour. Something
6
like that.
hours, and then we can go do that, and it's fine. The same thing happens in travel ball. Are you playing? Is your son or daughter playing because of their friend is playing? Is that something they aspire to?
Yeah.
Do they love the sport that they're playing? Do they want to be around the coaches? And some want to go and want to get better at it. Nobody wants to get worse at it.
No.
Right? They want to get better at it. But then are they willing to go through? And the why they showed up tells you whether they're going to get through it or not. Like, but you better know.
Yeah.
And so I keep telling people, the adults have to be, if something's wrong, the adults have to be in place, functional to prepare and to keep boundaries on it.
Jeremy sent this text here really quickly because we're running out of time here.
Yeah.
It says, it's wild with youth sports. My twins are turning 8 next year. They made a select team that plays around 30 games next year, but it's $1,000 to play per kid. So that's 30 for 30 games. And once again, the whole start of this segment was a team that had an incredible record, 8 and under, 58, 1-1, 60 total games.
Don't care.
Was their record.
I do not care.
Yeah.
I do not care. And you're absolutely right. They're telling you what the priority is. Ultimately, the adults will tell you what the priority is.
Exactly.
If your kids can't play in that league without the $1,000, it's about the $1,000.
Yeah.
So many games. You're listening
Nebraska
to
played 57, DP.
Yeah, man.
And they started about a month and a half earlier.
7 and 8 year olds playing more.
No.
Whatever. You're listening to Ticket Water Cooler here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. We'll be right back.
Proud to be voted Best Vape Shop.
Generation V.
Is thrilled to our newest location is now open at 27th and Superior.
Generation V.
Explore the largest selection of vape, Delta 8, Kratom, brands of disposables, e-liquid, and premium THCA flower.
Generation V.
We'll guide you through our extensive collection to help you find the perfect fit.
Generation V.
With locations in Lincoln, Omaha, Seward, York, Kearney, and Beatrice. Visit our new open at 27th and Superior in Lincoln. GenerationV.com. E6 contain nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and our Independence Day sale is underway with some great savings. Get 0.9% interest rates and a trade-in bonus on select new model. 0.9% interest rates going on at Koppel. In addition, we didn't want to leave out our pre-owned inventory, so right now on all pre-owned cars, get $1,000 for bringing us your trade, and that's right, get $1,000 any pre-owned car you trade in. So stop on in the store or at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
Too many people believe that chronic pain, allergies, or illness are permanent and something you're stuck with. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness has been proving that narrative wrong for 29 years and changing lives for the better in the process. Their team is trained in the newest, most advanced pain-relieving techniques and ways to deal with toxins, allergies, pollution, and emotion that make you ill. Call today for a free consultation at 531-254-5695 or go to NovotnyNutritionandWellness.com. Novotny Nutrition and Wellness, located at 7th and Superior.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the Shuffleboard Corner. Come on Sundays for Open House League all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Shake off the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern, the heart of Havelock.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Now through July 19th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 convenient locations worldwide, equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. Whether you're a newbie or a gym pro, you belong in the judgment-free zone. So join $1 down, $10 a month. No commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, July 19th. See Home Club for details.
Load up on meat and more this summer at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through July 11th are flat iron steak, just $12.99 per pound. A $2 discount per pound from normal price. Plus, big news, they have 2 new locations opening soon at 27th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha, with soft openings in mid-July. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would really recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure.
Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Getting experience to meaningful career can be difficult, and education can cost a fortune. Luckily, AmeriCorps can be the solution. With AmeriCorps, you'll earn a stipend and an award while you'll gain professional skills and make connections to help you build your career. If you're ready to start a career you can be proud of, visit serve.nebraska.gov/service to find a plan for you. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
If you thought of selling your business, you're probably wondering where. Call the experts at Transworld Business Advisors of Lincoln. With a database of over 450,000 buyers, we've got you handled. 402-413-1095.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, the nation's largest John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 6 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late-model John Deere combines. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electric, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine throughout the day. We'll see an afternoon high of around 92. Tonight, showers and storms are likely to take place. We'll see a low of around 68. And tomorrow, storms early in the day, then mostly sunny skies will take over the rest of the day. We'll see a high of around 90. Meteorologist Kyle for 93.7 from theticketfm.com.
Back to the Ticket Water Cooler on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Ticket Water Cooler, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Again, if you want to get in contact with the show, 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, and live on the Starter Heyman Jewelers live video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. You can see our beautiful faces. You can comment on there. We can throw your comment up on the screen if you're being nice to us, and we'll talk about it. Again, you can be a part of the show by doing any of those. And also, this show, the Ticket Water Cooler, is sponsored by the Guardians of Freedom Air Show. They're coming to Lincoln's Air Park August 26th and 27th. Go to lincolnairshow.com for more details. Nick, your tweet's getting some traction.
Yeah, we can put that on the back burner.
We'll hit that later because now
it's all right.
We'll hit that later because right now I want to talk about Bob Huggins.
Yeah, it's weird. This Bob Huggins thing has kind of gone under the radar a little bit, and understandably so, with
more important things.
Entire scandal, crime, just bad stuff going on at Northwestern. But so Bob Huggins is saying that he's never resigned from the university?
Yeah, Bob Huggins is saying that the letter that the university received, that the president, the AD, and whatever have put forward after his, what happened on the radio show. And yes.
Should be good.
Should be. As far as I know.
All the mics are unmuted. We're checking out audio here real quickly.
As far as I know, it should be good. Bob Huggins is claiming that the letter that was sent to and everybody wasn't signed by him, and that it was a letter that he never received or sent forward. So he never actually resigned from West Virginia. So he's looking for his job back, or at least the money that he's owed.
Yeah, which I don't think he's going to, number one, get his job back. And I don't think he'll, frankly, get his money, a ton of his money either. So I look at this because for example, Bob Huggins, people might forget, he was in jeopardy prior to his arrest. He was in jeopardy of losing his job no matter what, because of what he said on the radio, and using some slurs and some things like that. So that was already, he was already action. Number two, then to follow that up, you're going to drive intoxicated and put a lot of lives at risk, including your own, and with empty beer cans and bottles on the floor seat, which I don't know if we ever talked about this, Rico, but his daughter said that he was recycling.
He's a big environmentalist.
You're going to drive to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to recycle.
She said he's a big environmentalist. He's recycling cans.
This is what
I was like. Usually, people that are recycling have them in bags or something.
I was just going to say that,
strewn about their car.
It reminded me of the Seinfeld episode where Kramer and Newman wanted to drive to Michigan, and they used Newman's mail truck.
Yeah.
Because you got like 5 more cents per bottle that you recycled there, and they had to like drive it across multiple state lines to basically turn it in. They never got there, but that's what it reminded me of, is that Bob Huggins is driving to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to recycle, because he gets 5 cents more per can that he recycles.
Yeah, no, that checks out.
Don't think that's happening. So I don't know. It's a weird thing though, because he's claiming that, like you said, he never resigned and he never signed it. Therefore,
So
he
said-
should still be the head coach. And players have entered the transfer portal and moved on. They've already named their interim guy. It's just a weird
He's
situation.
saying he wants his job. So it was one day after his arrest, the university announced in a statement that Bob Huggins had resigned and intended to retire, saying that he also apologized and said he planned to spend the next few months focused on my health and my family so I can be the person they deserve. Huggins said on Monday that the statement was not written by him and that West Virginia simply, quote, implied that they had received this purported resignation letter from me, unquote. He released this statement from a world-class rehabilitation center because he says that he's taken responsibility for his mistake. He voluntarily checked into the rehab center, and that he is still employed by West Virginia, and that he never wrote that statement, never resigned, and that when he met with the team and people are saying that, and the university saying he told them he was going to retire or resign, that he met with them and was saying that he was going to this rehab center to get himself right.
So just as a reminder, Bob Huggins, this is kind of what made the recycling story that his daughter tweeted out about just a little more funnier, because Bob Huggins was arrested and blew a .21 BAC on June 16th, 2023 in Pittsburgh. More than twice the legal limit, obviously, of 0.08%. In Pennsylvania, a blood sample was also taken from Huggins at a hospital prior to his release. And so once again, the way it happened, Huggins was arrested after Pittsburgh police observed a black SUV blocking traffic just before 8:30 p.m. on Friday, June 16th. The vehicle had a, quote, flat and shredded tire, and the driver's side door was open. After directing the driver, identified as Robert Huggins of Morgantown, West Virginia, to move the vehicle off the road, officers observed Huggins was having trouble maneuvering the SUV and pulled him over. The officers questioned Huggins and, believing he was intoxicated, asked him to perform field sobriety tests, which he failed. So there you go. Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh is 90 minutes away from Sherrodsville, Ohio, where Huggins was teaching a basketball camp with his brother.
I was going to say, it seems very far from Morgantown.
And officers, this was the big note that I remember talking about. An officer said Huggins was asked multiple times what city he was in, but never got a clear response, with the coach mentioning the city of Columbus multiple times.
Oh, Huggy Bear.
The officer also noted garbage bags with empty beer containers both inside the vehicle and in the trunk, which he was just recycling. He was just going to the local recycling center
to recycle. That's okay.
Yeah, because his contract, I don't know like Bob Huggins' career earnings.
I do know that he was the winningest active head coach at the time. 935 career wins, 10 conference tournament titles, 2 Final Four appearances. We'll see what happens though, because he says he's still implied. West Virginia, like you said, already hired the he has the interim head coach. Kids have left, entered the transfer portal, and left West Virginia after he apparently informed them that he was going to step down, retire, whatever. So I don't know. This is going to get really into this is a really weird time for the NCAA and head coaches.
Yeah. So Bob Huggins was making $4.2 million per year, which, by the way, Rico, in case you were curious, $16,153.85 per day.
That'll pay legal
per
fees.
day.
That'll pay legal fees.
He'll be all right.
I don't know why he's recycling, except for
That's what I'm saying.
He loves the environment.
He just he loves the environment.
Apparently,
save the turtles.
Bob Huggins, big turtle guy,
Huggy Bear,
as the people call him. That's gonna do it for our Huggy Bear talk on the Ticket Water Cooler. Up next, maybe a little bit of home run derby as that went on, and I know that Nick's favorite non-Cub was putting on a show last night in Seattle, so we might get to that a little bit up next on the Ticket Water Cooler.
Hey, CNC machinists, do you feel like you're in a dead-end job with your boss hovering over your shoulder? That's so annoying. Not at Garner Industries. The opportunity and our CNC machinists to bring talent. I'm Bob Williams, HR Director at Garner Industries, and we're looking for new team members in our CNC department. Industries, you'll work in a safe environment with team members who see you. You will also enjoy 4-day work weeks, great benefits, and a positive working culture. Interested? Apply on our career page at GarnerIndustries.com.
Where's the most convenient to get that big fitness energy? It's fitness. Now through July 19th, you can join for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 convenient locations worldwide and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. Whether you're a newbie or a gym pro, you belong in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, July 19th. See Home Club for details.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
This is Bud Seinhorst, President and CEO of LIBA, the Lincoln Independent Business Association. Join us every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. in the Ticket for the Business Hour as we discuss local business and highlight those who are thriving in the Lincoln area. It's the LIBA Business Hour, Saturdays from 9 to 10 a.m. on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, the nation's largest John combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late-model John Deere combines. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could well change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NBOT Highway Safety Office.
Arnold Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer, and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Come on Wednesdays and learn from some of the best players in town for the shuffleboard. Come on Sundays for open house league all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 well. Shake off the start of the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock.
You deserve the best. With a Liberty First MasterCard, you can pay down your high rate debt and receive hundreds when you transfer the balance. The Liberty First Credit Union MasterCard has no balance transfer fee, no cash advance fee, and no annual fee. Fixed rate is over 9.99% APR, and you choose rewards. You'll be able to manage your card your way. Visit LibertyFirst.com. Rates and terms are based on your then subject to change by NCAA. Liberty Union. Bank.
If you thought of selling your business, you're probably wondering where to start. Call the experts at Transworld Business Advisors. With a database of over 450,000 buyers, we've got you handled. 412-413-1095.
At first, I was nervous and intimidated by hiring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I've started Heyman and waiting that was very loud.
I love it. It's so beautiful. My ring, my time, I always Starter Heyman. We would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
That was great. We're definitely
Lincoln and Grand Island. SolderHeyman.com.
Old school with DP and J.
As long as it takes for him to build up that program to be pretty successful by their standards, and look, pretty successful by Big Ten West standards, you have to take that into accountability. You can't be an impulsive, in the moment type of decision maker, because how you handle Pat Fitzgerald could stymie you from hiring, because those coaches talk.
On 93.7 The Ticket at theticketfm.com. Back to the Ticket Water Cooler on 93.7 The Ticket at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to the Ticket Water Cooler here on 93.7 The Ticket. I am joined by Nick Stainert here to bring you the final segment of the Ticket Ticket Water before we hop into the happy hour. We'll still get the both of us. We'll just change it up a little bit. Don't know what exactly we're going to talk about, but we'll hit on some things. Maybe a little bit of Northwestern and Pat Fitzgerald, since that seems to be the hot topic of the day.
Absolutely. A lot of
Northwestern. For a little bit of context, if you haven't heard, which I don't know why you haven't, or if you haven't, you can head over to the Daily Northwestern to read more about it. Pat Fitzgerald was let go late yesterday after an investigation found that there was some crazy type of hazing going on in the Northwestern football locker rooms between all of the players for quite some time. That investigation started in November or December of this last year and ended this month. And that concluded with Pat Fitzgerald getting a 2-week suspension before, I'm guessing, one of the players that went forward with this earlier and why the investigation started decided to go to the Daily Northwestern with his feelings, decided to remain anonymous. The Twitter players with him remaining anonymous went with their stories, their accounts of what had been going on in the Northwestern football locker room, leading to the president and athletic director to reconsider the 2-week suspension and end up firing Pat Fitzgerald later, 3 days after they had the 2-week suspension for the same investigation.
Yeah, which is not a good look on Northwestern. I mean, think about it. Because now here we are almost 24 hours, I guess, from Pat Fitzgerald being fired. He was like, I mean, it came out about 5:40 p.m. last night. So I guess about 19 hours removed from Pat Fitzgerald officially being let go and going. What makes it look bad, I think, Rico, is that there were no new findings since the Friday announcement. However, the president did say that he talked to the complaint, or the guy that complained or made note of this on Sunday. And so there's something in that, I suppose. But then I also read on The Athletic, Chris Vanini, once again, he's done a really good job, along with the student newspaper, the Daily Northwestern, Inside MU.
There were 4 people who contributed to the first, and they did a really good job.
And so, which this college journalism is really alive and well, I guess, at Northwestern. But when you look at, we're a couple days removed from the initial reports, I guess, and my continuing thought is, you knew 99% of the details that you know now, you knew on Friday. And how in the world did that warrant a 2-week suspension? How can you sit there and look yourself in the mirror on Monday and say, yeah, it's a fireable offense,
when
3 days ago it was a 2-week suspension?
Nothing.
That was all you needed.
The difference was you talking to the whistleblower, I guess is what they're calling him.
Yeah.
And I guess another question I have is, would they have talked to him if this didn't become public?
Mm-hmm.
Would they, after the investigation and the 2-week suspension, would they have just wiped their hands clean of it and gone on with their lives? You know, the 2 weeks goes by and Pat Fitzgerald's back coaching the team, and whatever is happening in the locker room continues to happen. Since it went public, they're like, okay, maybe we should talk to the guy who brought this to the forefront. And then he explained everything, and you thought, oh, I guess this is worse than the report already told me.
Yeah, it just seems like
understand.
Worse. It just continues to get worse.
And there's Northwestern faculty members who are asking, demanding that Northwestern make that report public.
Well, and once again, Rico, whether it's we talk about it like in football on the field, right? But now here's Northwestern off the field. If you're confident and you're doing your job, then you shouldn't have anything to hide, right? And so the unwillingness to release reports or details or anything. Remember, we have not heard outside of a 2-page statement. Nobody has heard from the president, the athletic director. Nobody's heard anything. Frankly, Pat Fitzgerald was not aware in his statement that he released, who, by the way, Pat Fitzgerald lowering up, being a lawyer, just loading it up.
Now,
which is understandable because he has $42 million remaining on his contract.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to get that.
Not all of it. There's probably a percentage that's going to come the class action lawsuits against Northwestern are going to be astronomically high. And if everything is people are reporting on is true, then absolutely they should be astronomically high. This is ridiculous. This is just saying that it's uncalled for doesn't even scratch the surface on how bad it is. And more details are going out. I don't know. I just read the first time today about the car wash. Have you seen details about the car wash? The initial one?
Yeah. There was the car wash. There was the bear crawls. There was the quarterback center exchange.
Yes.
There was the slingshot.
Everything.
There was running, the Shrek's list, Shrek's giving, runs giving, Shrek's miss, runs miss, whatever they were called, like all of that. There's whiteboard. They have pictures of the whiteboard.
Yeah.
And then one of the players that's coming to the defense of Fitzgerald, who apparently is an anonymous current player, said that Fitzgerald, and this is the part that I thought was ridiculous, because if this is true, this is even more crazy. He said Fitzgerald never went in the locker room telling the players that was their idea. I'm sorry, what? He's never been in the locker room while he's been the coach since 2006?
Yeah. It's just not a good look on Northwestern. And that's where now we're at. Pat Fitzgerald, he's no longer the coach. That's what it is. This is now Northwestern as a whole. You have an athletic department that now features a baseball program where the coach is creating a hostile and toxic environment, where the coach who was fired because he just walked out basically, said that maybe kids need to get better so that it's not a hostile and toxic environment. Number two, there are current players on the Northwestern team that have reported or have said that Coach Foster for Northwestern baseball would be back's turn to the players at practice on his laptop. There was also off-season workouts where there was 18 of them scheduled, and Coach Foster made it to 4. So once again, and the parallels are uncanny, really, because you have it where we were talking about this at the college level, and what did DP just get done talking about in the first segment at the youth level? A lot of it's about the adults in the room, adults in charge. Are you doing your job? Whether you're getting paid $500 for a summer coaching 800 baseball, or you're getting paid $4.2 million like Bob Huggins is, are you doing your job like you're supposed to?
Setting a good example.
And unfortunately, there's a lot of them out there that probably are doing their job really well, but now they get covered up by the ones that aren't.
Yeah, it's a lot of talk about all the bad going on with Northwestern and West Virginia right now, and covering up some of the good that's going on. So
you can't cover it up in the middle of July. It's a recruiting period. You're not practicing organized football right now.
2 weeks in July.
I was just dumbfounded.
There's no way you were going to be able to bury this. They tried to bury it in the weekend news cycle, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
So Northwestern, again, without Pat Fitzgerald, we'll get into a little bit more of that on the happy hour coming up next. Maybe we talk a little bit more about Bob Huggins, but we will hit on some baseball. The home run derby happened, and of course, our immaculate ending to the happy hour with Austin Norman as we hit the immaculate grid. So get yourselves ready for that at the end of the happy hour. That's going to do it for the Ticket Water Cooler. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow for another wonderful 2 hours of Nick and Rico. See ya in a couple minutes.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Home of Kansas City baseball.
Arnold's Tavern in Havelock is the place to be this summer, and the best place in town for shuffleboard. Best player in town for the shuffleboard corner. Come on Sundays for open house league all day starting at 11 a.m. and enjoy $3 tall boys and $3 wells. Shake off the start to the work week with karaoke on Monday nights. And don't forget, happy hour is every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and you are always welcome to bring in your own food. Arnold's Tavern in the heart of Havelock.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Are you ready to upgrade your combine? Don't wait. Act now to choose from the widest selection of used combines at Acres Equipment. Acres, the nation's largest John Deere combine dealer, is offering 2.9% interest for 60 months on over 100 pre-owned combines. Go to acres.com to view a huge inventory of low-hour, late-model John Deere combines. Find what you like, and we'll deliver it to your farm for free. Acres, solutions for every field.
If you thought of selling your business, you're probably wondering where to start. Call the experts at Transworld Business Advisors of Lincoln. With a database of over 450,000 buyers, we've got you handled. 402-413-1095.
Ironhide Construction is hiring. They're looking for hardworking, self-motivated individuals who are team players. Ironhide Construction has openings for an experienced project manager, estimator, apprentice, skilled laborer, and erector or installer. They will train the right people and make sure you understand